Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the RangerRob Country Living Podcast. Yes, we're back, and we took a month of July off, and so we got the
Hi,
full
Jack.
house today. We got we got Debbie and John at the top here. We got John Pearson at the bottom, and off to the right is Rab. How are you doing, guys?
Great.
Doing good.
Glad to be
Good.
back.
Yeah. So I know I gotta switch my screen so I don't miss comments like I always do. Got a lot of things going on. Let's see. Before we get going, I got to remind you guys this is also an audio podcast, so you can catch us on all the main platforms. If you listen to podcasts on your cell phone and stuff, just type in RangerRob Country Living Podcast, and you should come right up. Put us in your favorites, and you can check out all of our 83 episodes. So, and just since I have bring brought all this up, brought all this up. You can also find us on Crooked River Ranch Radio. Also, don't forget to check out Central Oregon Grown. We are now selling pork, chicken, and eggs. And Lord knows, someday I might even have honey. Who knows? And then last but not least, to help support our channel, don't forget to pick up RangerRob poopy bags for your puppy. And you can get those on Amazon. So, yeah. So, what we got going here? We got a good evening from Jack. Rev is in it. We haven't got there yet.
Rev's in his driveway.
We just
I
lost
agree,
it, actually.
Jack.
Hold
I
on.
think he's in his driveway.
I'll be right back, you guys. I'll be right back.
And I got a shout out to myself from Jack to start shipping to California. I think I'm working on it. So let's see. We lost Rev, so we can't go into that yet. But before we get started, I want to make sure I got to switch my screens again and check out. It's time for RangerRob shout outs. Yes, this is the time we want to recognize businesses, websites, and services. Here's today's spotlights. Ha! Well, anybody get any shout outs?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, okay,
We have
go
a
ahead.
Shout out for Jack Kennedy,
Oh, wow.
who dug our trench. Excellent job. Felt bad right at the end because his what's that thing called? Cat
Ram for his
The-
backhoe.
broke.
Yeah,
Oh no!
Something about the sill or something.
yeah.
So I felt bad about that. But yeah, he dug 200 yards
Yeah, something
plus and what? Not very far, but a tee off to the chicken coop.
Wow.
So big shout out to Jack. Good, he's
Yeah.
a really nice guy. He's here
Yep,
on the ranch, and if anybody needs him, they can contact me, and I'll get in contact with him.
Yep, he did some work for us. We're really happy with him. And also, this fall, I'm going to have him come back out and do some other stuff in our fields. And yeah, good guy, super neat guy. So, any other shout outs?
I don't have
nothing. What do you got, John?
no. I don't have anything this particular time. It's been. I haven't left the house. It seems like.
Shout out to whoever invented the chicken pucker then, because I still think that thing's magic.
Yeah, love it.
For
I'm gonna
sure.
figure out. I think we should have like an idol of whoever invented the chicken pucker somewhere that we can worship, because that thing is crazy.
Oh yeah. You
I
know,
need to
it
figure
even
that
did
out.
our
I'll work on that.
It even did our turkeys after I cut the neck and the legs off. It
Uh-huh.
fit in there.
Dang,
So yeah, it did a really good job.
that thing's crazy.
Well, you
No,
know,
I don't have any real shout outs though.
That's a real one.
I have one. North 44. Well, it's just called 44 North, and it's a restaurant in here. I've called out their name out before, but I went there. I was just coming back from buying feed, and I thought I'm kind of hungry. And then John told me about their biscuits and gravy. I'm going, go in there. So I picked out and I ordered that up with the hash browns, and it was delicious. And it was only $10. It's like,
Mhm.
wow.
Dirt
So it's
cheap and it's good.
And they cook like they're in a gourmet store.
I know. So
Just excellent
so-
food.
that's in Terrebonne, Oregon. So ever in there, it's a new restaurant called 44 North. Check it out. Good people there. Good
Right next
service.
to the hardware store.
And,
Is that the place that you were talking about last podcast, Debbie?
Yeah.
I thought I remember that. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Really good food.
But before we go any farther, you know what we got to do. Figure out
Yep.
where Rob is.
It's time for Ranger Rob shout outs. Yes.
I've got to push the right button. Question is, where is Reb today? Could he be in America? Could he be in another country or another state? Let's find out. All right, Reb.
I vote his driveway.
I think he's in Seattle.
Huh.
Maybe Portland.
Maybe
God.
Portland.
Yeah. No, I know he's in North Carolina. I'm backwards hat on. That's not.
It's very dark.
He's at home. I think you're at home, Reb. What do you say?
What do you think, John?
Home.
Yeah, home, except for Rob.
I think the light gave it away, didn't it?
I think
had
the
to
pole
run
in the
inside.
back gave it away.
Oh,
The what?
The pole in the back.
What pole?
Are you in? It looks like maybe a carport pole or something.
Oh no, that's just part of the truck. But yeah, that's
Oh.
a giveaway as well. But I had to run inside and fire my lighting guy. My lighting guy failed on me right at the beginning of the podcast there. But yeah, I was like, well, they're gonna know where I'm at now. I'm going inside to get another battery.
well, before we go any farther, I'm going to update on my stuff and then hand the rest of the show to you guys. So I wanted to do some show and tell because Debbie, well, I got two things to show you.
Oh God,
Is-
what's he doing now?
This is my brand new ultrasound. It's called a veterinary A-type ultrasound pregnancy tester for pigs. So Sherry and I went out and we did ultrasounds on both of our pigs, and we haven't really talked about it, but we have another pig, which you'll
Now he
see in the
doesn't have
videos.
to chase it around with the pee bottle.
Yeah.
What's that?
Now you don't have to chase it around with the pee bottle.
Yeah, so it is an improvement. I don't have to chase the pigs with a jar. Anyway, so after we learned how to kind of use this, basically both of our pigs showed positive for pregnancy. So September is about the time that we should have piglets. So that's for the first row, and then we'll do the other two sows after that, and so they'll be due like around January. So I'll have like 40 pigs.
So, since it's an ultrasound, does it show you the babies inside?
No, it just it gives a sound, so it's I'll show it to you. It's just a little unit like this,
Uh-huh.
and it has a button on the side that you press, and you just hold it. You have to put jelly stuff on it and rub it against their tummy. And when you hit their the sack that holds the babies, basically, I can't. What did I say wrong?
You didn't say anything
Answer
wrong.
your questions,
Right
right?
on point. I'm loving it.
Anyway, once you learn how to use this thing and can kind of get in the right direction, when you hit the area that the babies are in, it sets off a sound, a solid sound, and tells you got
Like a heartbeat or no?
No, it just when you're using it, you'll get like a beep, beep, beep. But when you hit the sack that the babies are in, can't remember the proper name, it sets off an alarm.
So it's like a laser level, huh?
Yeah, sure. So anyway, once you kind of
I
learn
don't know
how to
what's
get
worse,
the angles
laser
right and stuff,
level or pee bottle.
Yeah.
I wonder what what's the next step in the progression, because we started with the bottle and now we got an ultrasound. So
Yeah,
I think an MRI is the next natural.
You got it.
natural
Yep.
step.
you got it.
That's
right.
I have a quick question, Dr. Rob. So, does your ultrasound? Is it something you visually see, or is it all just audible?
Auto.
Just audible.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Like a metal detector.
So did you try it on all 3 pigs, or just the 2 you think is
and
pregnant?
yes, we did videotape when I did it. I didn't get the audio part where I got the solid sound, but it was quite humorous watching us, trying to get the pigs to hold still while we're rubbing their tummies and putting this gelatin on them. So yeah.
Next,
And,
next
of course,
week's shout out.
since I'm Dr. Ranger Rob here, I also have a tool.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of
so
course
you
do.
need a
It's
castration.
scary.
I got you handled. So Debbie and John says, well, you're going to come over and you're going to do an ultrasound.
You are not using that on my babies.
So she tells me, oh, you coming over to do a test on my pig? And I go, well, they're going to come over and help me trim a toenail on one of my pigs. So I got a 350-pound, possibly a 400-pound pig that needs her one nail trimmed, and I had to get a bigger trimmer. And so we're going to take 3 of us to hold the pig down.
Oh, we're getting this on film, right? There's going to be.
Oh yes, of course. I mean, if I'm going to
Please.
videotape me catching,
You're not holding the camera, Rob. You're going to be the one helping hold that pig down.
Oh yeah,
Sherry gets the break. She can hold the camera.
that's right. So
It's like Wild Kingdom. While Rob holds the camera, Debbie and John
and Sherry do everything
wrestle it
else.
to the ground.
That's right. So yeah, it was some new toys. I actually have made videos. They are launched. So next week, Wednesday and Friday, you'll start. Because Debbie and John also convinced me that I had to buy a mouse trap that's a box, a little thing, and it has holes in the side. And I've been catching all kinds of mice with it. So I buy 2.
That is not Debbie's voice. That is not how she talks.
And then I put peanut butter in it and put them in the cages, and I didn't catch a damn thing. So I'm all scared because I dumped them in the water to let them sit in a bucket and make sure they're drown the mice in it. And I open it up slowly, all freaked out, and they're empty.
Why didn't you look in the holes first? They come up and see you.
Well, anyway.
Just put chicken feed in there.
I did.
That's
So
all
I reloaded it today, and tonight I'm gonna see how well that works. But
did you put it in a different area?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So
You gotta put it.
I'll
so
master
that
it
by
sooner
the
or later.
walls.
So before I go, I see more thing I want to go on. I got the nail trimmer, ultrasound. We did process turkeys last weekend at Debbie and John's place, and we did all kinds of techniques. We did a regular skinning. 3 of the turkeys were skinned. Then the 4th I did. Mine was a technique that was taught from years ago. If you don't have a spinner and you don't have hot water to dunk them in and stuff, there was a process that you can do by hand to dispatch a turkey, and we did one like that. John and Debbie hated it, but at least they got to see it done. And then we did the last one where once we cut off some of the limbs on the last chicken, we were able to fit that into a dunking pot, so I made it a little bit easier. But so yeah, it was kind of a fun day. Get to try all kinds of.
I like to see the different ways of doing it.
Yeah, and mine was, you have to. It's still hard to pluck them, but it makes it easier. But it's a technique you can use if you're power out and you didn't have your spinner and you didn't have your hot water to dunk them in. It's a way to do it. I was taught by my uncle, great uncle, something like that, had a turkey farm over in Massachusetts and taught my dad, and my dad taught me, and so it works. But it's not as great as dunking them for sure.
What is the technique?
It's kind of graphics. I kind of don't want to discuss it, but when you're hanging them upside down, pretty much, it's a way that you dispatch them with a knife. You're trying to hit the nervous system in there, and so you hit that row first, then you go up, and then you'll do the neck thing. I'll just say it that way.
Joke conversation.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if somebody really didn't have all that equipment, and wanted to dispatch a turkey, it's best for the big birds like that because they're so big. And luckily, the last one we did, once you took the legs off and stuff, we were able to get that one dunked into hot water. Definitely is easier. But anyway, that was fun. And then see the mouse traps. Also, a lot of little things I'm updating since we're off for a month there is Debbie and John talked somebody to sell us 2 tons of hay, a ton and a half. And so we
They're
got,
gonna hate me.
so we took both of our, let's see, the week after, no, the same week that we got, well, the last thing I got to add on is we also got pigs. And so to take this whole story, Steve Sparks, I took over 3 of his pigs. And so the 2 big breeders, Debbie and John got, which is beautiful pigs. And also
They're Amazons.
a sow, the 4-year-old sow that I got, which is from Massachusetts, not Massachusetts, but back east. I think it was Missouri or something like that. Anyway, so it's actually the mom to my pig named Annie. And so it brings in a kind of a whole new line of pigs for us. Other breeders out there might be able to match up our pigs to their pigs. So,
But Sparky is
Related, right?
yes,
Yeah.
related to yours. So
I think
we
they're
can't
the
match up
great
your
grandparents.
piggies, but I can match up with other farms if some reason. But I when it comes to pigs and selling breeders, it's really rare actually. There's some people who are really into the breeding and really but I obviously we make our money easy and fast with feeders and the fact that we sell pork. So we I don't really market that much to breeders, but anyway, having this new line of pigs in our herd is kind of nice. So anyway, we got little Penny is our new pig, and then what's the name of your new boar, Debbie?
Arkin.
Arkin.
And the other one's Rosie.
Yeah.
Yep, and we did get some. You probably saw some video of that already, but yeah, they're all great pigs. They're all getting comfortable in their new homes, and little Penny is she's what a pig. Anyway, she was one of the ones we did the ultrasound on, and she showed positive. So, and I thought she wasn't going to be able to hold still because she's a little timid, but she did fine. So,
You got comments.
yeah. Oh, new. Yeah, I read some of them. Even, anything new? New world. New word for Rob. Uterus. That's what I'm looking for. The uterus. Anyway, also, so that same weekend we go and get hay. We get the pigs. Next day, I think it was, we had to go get a ton and a half of hay. By the end of the week, I was really sick of seeing Debbie and John because all they do is create more work.
Making you young.
So, and well, you got better medicine than I do.
Yeah, if you want to call it medicine, okay.
Yeah, and then and also I just got out of Facebook jail. So some reason I offended the Lord, the mighty gods of Facebook, and I challenged it, and they let me out of jail. So I guess I'm okay. So that's my excitement, and let me move on to let's start with all these strangers down at the bottom. Rev,
Yes, sir.
your pigs are kind of getting your piglets that you got. How old are they now?
Piglets, I think, are 10 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, so they're weaned now.
They're coming along. They're coming along. Well, we got a lot. We got rid of. I mean, we sold quite a few of them. There's 3 from that litter left, and 2 from the other pig's litter.
You're down to 5.
I know. I think we're going to keep 3 and grow them out. and we sold our boar. Actually, Valentino, we sold him a few weeks ago to some girl about an hour away. So I guess we're not breeders anymore.
Huh. Why'd you get
Are
rid
you
of
gonna
them?
get another boar?
No, I think we'll just grow feeders from now on. I think
don't blame
breeding
you.
was just it's just it's so much on my wife when I'm out of town working. You know what I mean? I know that every time we're on the podcast, it's obvious I'm in my driveway, but that's not where I'm at most of the week. You know what I mean? And she's here having to deal with a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm trying to lessen the load on her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
You could take the boar with you when you travel.
I could. I have thought about that.
Yeah, 300-pound pig in the back of the truck. No piggy.
Yeah, and he is, he's friendly. You know what I mean? He'd
Yeah.
hang out. But
Carry your tools.
I know. See, that's
Or
the problem.
eat
It's either one or the other. It's one or the other.
That's right.
But we processed chickens a few weeks ago. We kept a few of them to lay some brown eggs because we don't have all we have are white leghorns for egg layers right now. So we kept some of the Red Rangers to lay brown eggs. And let's see what else. Just a whole bunch of mowing grass. That's about it.
He's bragging again.
Yeah. It ain't bragging, bud. It ain't bragging. It's hours and hours of your life. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't give it up though. I wouldn't give it up. I wouldn't go back to the beach for nothing.
Yep.
So it's been good. It's been good.
Good.
What do you got going on there, Pearson?
Yeah.
Oh, well, along with all the stuff, I got apples coming in like crazy. Some of my trees are starting to drop apples, so that season is starting up. I've got a big remodel going on in one of the bathroom here at the house, and been working on that pretty heavy duty. My mom is coming up to visit, so got to get done. So got that going. The garden's going decent.
How's your tomatoes?
Tomatoes are doing really good. They're
Good.
really good. It's funny though, because you watch all the different shows that we've talked about before on YouTube and everybody, and everybody's this year my garden is I'm lacking here, or I'm slacking, or I'm not doing it, and everybody's got kind of garden burnout, I guess. Mine's going real well. There's I didn't plant as much this year as I did last year, but I'm trying. My tomatoes are still doing good. All my peppers are doing great. Beans are doing great. Eggplant, strawberries. I'm still getting strawberries, which is kind of weird.
Wow.
But yeah, no, everything here is going good. There's always something going on. But I'm getting ready to get into the big apple season here, which is it's gonna take up a lot of time.
Now you planted some Amish paste like I did, and how are they doing?
They're doing good. They're doing. Go ahead.
I was just saying mine are starting out slow, but they're younger than my other plants, and so you can see them on video. But I'm starting to get some, but I guess I'm being impatient. But I'm hoping to get a lot of them, so we'll see.
The ones I did the Amish paste instead of the Roma tomatoes that I had done last year, which look great in the picture, but my God, they're just these small tomatoes and just a lot. It was just a lot of work. So I went with the Amish paste, which are a little bit bigger, and I'm getting some. Once they actually we're starting to get some to turn, ripe. But I also did one called the Bellatrix, and they're doing really, really well. They both look almost identical, but we're gonna have a lot of tomatoes here real soon.
I have a confession to you. Is I failed on your corn you gave me.
Yeah, that's all right.
I planted. I didn't weed good enough, and I didn't fertilize. I just couldn't keep up, and they got overcome by weeds, and I know I didn't get enough fertilizer in there, and they started out. It was about 5 or 6 inches high, and they fizzled out. All the corn fizzled out on me, so I totally failed on corn.
Well, it's weird because the corn, Mindy and I were just out in the garden, and I was walking the corn, And I joke around because I go around and I'll pull, the pollen type things off to the top of the tassels, and I'll put it on the little hairs of the ears of corn and everything. But the candy corn that I did is growing great. The stalks are really tall.
They're
really,
tall.
the tassels are starting to come out, and I don't have a single ear on any of them.
Yeah, well, they're like almost a 90-day corn.
Okay,
So.
well maybe the ears are slow to come. I have bodacious that's almost ready. It didn't do, my corn's not doing, the candy corn grew great.
Good.
It did really well. The bodacious, maybe 70%, of the ones I planted, which is still more than I need. But yeah, it's doing good.
Good. Any harvesting of honey?
Everybody has those years. I still have a lot of honey from last year. I had issues with my one beehive that I had started in spring, and something happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the queen left, the queen died. I don't know if they were overtaken by varroa mites. I didn't see any varroa mites, but it never grew strong as a hive. And the other one is doing fantastic. And I'm thinking this year I'm probably just going to let the bees keep their work on the honey. I still have probably, honey lasts a long time. And I've got it jarred and sealed, and I've probably still got 80 pounds or so of honey from last year all jarred up. So I've still got a lot of honey. I think I'm going to let the bees have their honey this year. I always leave the second. Normally it's this time of the year that I'm spinning honey, and I'm going to go out and take a look and see how they're doing and what the situation is. But I think I'm going to probably let the bees keep it.
So I have a question for you, John.
Yeah.
How long can you leave the honey in there before it goes bad? Does it go bad?
No. And the thing of it is if the hive is still going, the winter comes up, the bees use it. By the time summer comes or the spring comes around, it's gone. The bees will eat it all. Now, if I pull the frames and store them away, they're capped honey stays good for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not, that's one thing. It will, because it's unfiltered and everything, and it's raw. It will, after time, crystallize a little bit. But if you warm it up and everything, it comes back. It doesn't. It's such pure sugar that it doesn't really go bad. The only time it can go bad is if you pull it out and they cap it a little bit too soon, and it's got too much moisture in it with the additional water content in it, it can ferment. But I haven't had that issue here at all.
Yeah. Rev, I was going to ask you, are you guys getting much rain or moisture over there in North Carolina?
Yeah, man, all the time. It just got done not that long ago.
We haven't got any.
No, man.
One drop. First we're complaining because we don't have it. Now we're asking for it.
Man, we got, every other day there's a tree down on the highway somewhere that you hear about, from storms rolling through. So yeah, I mean, we've been getting plenty of rain.
Wow. Well, they say if it disappears, it only moves around to different locations. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're sending it over to Rev right now.
Oklahoma's been getting hit hard.
Yeah. So, John and Debbie, you've been as busy as a bee, and I think you've got the new pig. So, talk about your new pigs.
We have an Amazon for a boar.
Yeah, he's 350 plus. He's just huge.
The fence is 3 feet, right?
Right.
And he is a little bit over that, just in his height.
Wow.
And his head is just huge.
I had to modify the pig house so we can get into it.
Yeah. We had to take the boards off just so he can get in, where our other big boars had no problem.
Wow.
But yeah, he's an Amazon. But
Yep.
he's a gentle giant.
Yep.
He loves people.
Yeah, I go into the pen all the time because he always takes his feed bowl and kind of puts it in the middle, so I have to go in and get it. He knocked over his water bucket the first night.
Why it was
in the
full.
pond.
It's a 50-gallon bucket, 55-gallon
Yeah.
bucket. It was full, and he picked it up like it was nothing and put it in his pond. So yeah,
It's an IPP, right?
Yeah, he's a big boy.
So
Yep.
John tied the thing to the fence. He hasn't moved it since.
And
And then we have. Go ahead.
he's Sparky's dad. So
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and I think he might be a little bit bigger than Sparky.
I don't think so.
Sparky's pretty dang big,
Oh.
but I think Arkin is a little bit taller.
We're gonna,
Maybe
we're
not
gonna,
wider,
we're gonna,
but taller.
it sounds like we got a competition here.
Maybe. And then we have Rosie, who we were told is pregnant. That's why Rob's going to come over and tell us if she's pregnant. But I really think she is, because since we've gotten her in the last 2 weeks, her belly is forming like she's pregnant.
Or she's eating too much.
They don't eat hay,
Well, mine aren't eating hay either.
are they?
No,
Because-
I putting hay out there and they're not eating it.
Yeah, because they said that's what they ate was hay, and they'll root in it, but they won't eat it.
Yeah.
So
And
I don't know, but she's a sweetheart too.
Yep. They're really
So,
nice
yeah,
pigs.
we got some good pigs.
And it won't be that long in September. You'll have, Lord knows, 5 to 10 of them running around.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I understand
5 of
you
them are
bought.
gone already.
I understand you've been buying more chickens.
What you talking about? Do you hear those birds down there?
So apparently you like meat birds so much you decided to buy 20 more.
Yes, I did on request
Mm-hmm.
because my returning customers want more chicken. So we're trying the Cornish cross this time. See how that goes. So I bought 20 of them. 10 of them are sold. And possibly, who else? Possibly a couple more.
How old are they?
I don't get them. They're born. They hatch out on the 8th, so I'll get them a couple days after that. And they're from. Oh, what's that farm over there in Torrance?
Jinx?
Yes,
Jinx?
yes,
Yeah.
they're
they
coming
do-
from there.
Now it's my understanding you got more than just meat birds. So what else did we buy for chickens?
I got 2 more rocks, broad rocks. I have 2 olive layers, and I had 2 golden whiteouts, but I lost 1.
Hmm.
And I have 6 in the incubator because my old rocks that we processed, because they were starting to stop laying and their eggs were brown and now they're almost white. So we processed them, and those are the ones that I had with the silky rooster. So I wanted 2 more of those because the first 2 that I hatched out are beautiful. So, and then I just grabbed some for my new babies and stuck it in there.
So is John gonna be responsible for building another hutch for you?
No, I don't need one yet.
So when we came over to your place, we processed turkeys, and then there was a giant hole in the back of your yard going from one end to the other.
We decided to make the canyon in our backyard just like it's out here.
I know. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
guys
Feels
got like
it
a
goes clear
2-foot
to Ococo.
trench.
Yeah.
Like split the property right in half with a 2-foot trench.
Yep. We're laying the water line and the electric line, thanks to John Pearson's help, out to the barn. and a water line to the chickens.
And we got sand coming tomorrow.
Yeah,
So you guys are a little busy.
we're always busy.
Yeah, well, it sounds like
Always-
you're trying to give
I
yourself heat
always
stroke.
find something for John to do.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
He does my projects and I do my other projects. And talking about gardens,
Yes.
so those little green hornet worms or whatever they're called took out
Hornworms.
15 of my tomato plants overnight
Completely to the ground.
to the
Wow.
ground. There was 10 of them out there that I smashed just overnight, and I sprayed them and everything, and just boom, gone.
Holy smokes.
And corn. Let me tell you about my corn. I started out with 6. I ended up with 2, and I have a corn on one of them.
Woo!
And it's only
yeah.
about this. It's only about this tall,
Yeah.
but there is a corn coming out on that sucker.
Yeah, so we're all invited over at Debbie John's house to split 1 ear of corn amongst 4 of us.
I'm gonna make popcorn. You can have more than one. But my peppers did good. My lettuce, it's kind of so-so. The heat is killing it. And my onions are doing great. My potatoes were really small,
But they were good.
but all the leaves died off really early this year.
Huh.
But I got, I think, probably 10,
You
yeah,
already made
5
3
5
meals with
pounds
it.
Wow.
out of them. So it's pretty good harvest.
Yeah. Hornworms will go after your potato plants too.
Oh, I know they did last year.
Yeah.
But I got
And,
them under control. But these ones, all 10 of these, they even went out and ate my lilies. But there was 10 of them on those plants, and
Yeah.
just overnight, because I watered that night, there was nothing out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just devoured them. So
Yeah,
I
they ate
have
the
2
potatoes,
plants,
they ate
one
the
tomato on them.
tomatoes, and now they've ate the cat and the dog. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, those
You
things are
better leave my
ferocious.
chickens alone. And the other exciting thing that we had happen is we do have a fox.
Got
Fox.
it on camera.
Caught it on camera, and John scared it off outside. So it was a fox that got my baby.
Goodness. So my stories are pretty boring compared to yours. So I was going to ask also, Rev, how's your hydroponics doing?
The hydroponics are in transition right now. We broke it all down to clean it. We found that the top where we keep the plants, where the piece that you cut the holes in,
Yeah.
was allowing light through the top, and algae was growing up underneath. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to cover that so no light will come through. So we got it all broke down right now, and we're cleaning it out, and we're gonna restart it here next week. So we're kind of in a transitional phase, I guess you would say. But everything was working fine, but the algae was just like, you couldn't clean it. You had to break it down. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It would just come back.
Should have done Dutch buckets.
I hear you.
Yeah, just watch my videos. I'll show you how to do hydroponics.
I got you. Yeah, that's the only way. I got you.
No, actually, that's a good technique. But yeah, that's a common problem with all hydroponics is light.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have a quick question, real quick. What
Yeah.
the hell?
You're talking as good as I am.
Better
today.
be.
That's called Debonese.
David. That's a
So
good one.
is it too late to restart tomato plants?
Not if you go to Home Depot and buy full size ones.
You could
They took them all out. I looked today.
Oh, bummer.
Find them. But
But would it be too late to start them now?
probably.
Okay.
That's just me thinking. I mean, you're 8 weeks, probably. It usually takes 8 weeks to get them to where I can plant them out there and stuff. And I mean, you might get something, but boy, I don't know. I don't know.
I could always clip off a branch off of one of mine and see if I put it in water and see if it roots out quickly.
Hey, Rob, what you should tell Debbie to go over, take care of all of your plants, and she can have some of your tomatoes.
Why would I do that when they just give me some?
I don't recall saying I was going to give you any.
If I come over there, you will. At least one.
Not until we all wrestle my giant pig and clip her toenails. Then I'll feel guilty.
Deal. I love a good challenge. I'm going to hold the camera.
Actually, Zelda's she's a sweetheart.
I'm going to be the one that makes the plan this time. Not like you when you say, this is how we're going to handle the pigs, and then hand me the pig board.
You don't need a pig board with Zelda.
That was so funny, Rob. We got to tell this story. It was in our eyes. You might not have seen it, but when we were, you had me dying. So when we brought the pigs home,
yep,
and we backed them up to put them in the paddock,
uh-huh,
it was so funny because you got the pig board, you handed it to John, and the next thing I look over to you, and you're standing behind the door with your head sticking out.
Oh.
It was so funny. You got I about died.
It wasn't intentional or anything. It was one of those things like, all right, move
What's
out of
that
the way.
for?
Yeah. Because I think John was in there already or something. And
yeah, he was.
Yeah. So all I saw was a 350-pound board that says, I'm not going to stand in front of the door.
Say hi to the world. This is my grandson.
Howdy.
So, yeah, I just want to tell that story because I about died laughing.
Yeah, that was
what's going on,
Rob? Actually, I lost my train of thought.
I have one quick question. So, Rev, you did the Cornish Cross, you did the Red Rangers. What's your thoughts?
Oh, yeah.
Not that much difference. I didn't see really.
Were they harder to clean between them?
No, well, my wife did most of that. My parents were here actually, and my mom was here helping as well. So, it didn't seem like it was that much difference from the way my wife was talking.
Have you tried
more or less the same?
Have you tried any of the Red Ranger yet?
No, I haven't.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my freezers are actually quite full of birds.
Yeah, mine too. That's why we only did one round this year. Last year we did 2 rounds of 25, but this year we only did 1, and we're keeping some of them for brown eggs.
Yeah,
because my freezer's still full from last year.
Wait, Debbie and John go through chickens. They like raise them and meat birds. It's like, well, I guess I'll just save them for her. It's like how am I going to eat 20 whole chickens in a year? So
we ended up with out of the 25. We ended up with what, 6?
Yeah,
6 of them. Because I sold the 10, and then I gave family the rest. So yeah, we only ended up with 6.
Yeah. Let's see, what is it? 2 weeks from now, I'm going up to Washington and delivering a whole bunch of pork up to some family. Got to feed them right. What I'm trying to do is get them addicted to really good pork, and then they'll have to buy tons of it in the future.
Smart.
That's how we're selling a lot of our stuff. Is we give it to them, and then
actually we got clients. In fact, I think Victoria Moore is on there. She was attempting to use our Central Oregon grown, and then we've actually starting to get people using it. It's kind of exciting, and of course we're trying to. We're at the other end going, okay, I got an order. How do I process it? So, anyway, so slowly but surely, Central Oregon grown's coming online. So, but yeah, lately, in fact, I was watching Appalachia, Homestead. She kind of did an interesting video. She says that she was looking at her analytics on her videos, and she was noticing that she has a lot of how-to videos, like cooking or canning and stuff like that, and then she does political or commentary on her concerns in society and stuff, and she's finding out that she gets her highest views on the commentaries. She goes, and she says, I work so hard to teach people to do prepping and being prepared and getting ready for everything, and actually doing videos like that takes a lot of work and stuff. And it's like, she goes, it's like, it sounds like and I kind of get that impression too when we do videos of how-tos, and you're thinking, oh man, this is a good one. You get, show people how to do stuff and all that, and then you find out they do get the views, but they take a lot longer before they get that kind of count on them. Where sometimes you'll talk about some hot topic going on, like Jason Aldean or something like that, whatever his name is, and that'll just explode, So, so what do you guys think about that video of Jason? Is it Aldean? Is that his last name?
Yes, Jason Aldean.
And I did kind of a little video, kind of talking about a small town. And John, even though you're in Eugene area, you're in the outskirts, rural and stuff. And I haven't been over to North Carolina because Rev won't invite us over. But
that's wrong. I told you could camp out by the hog pen. I told you that months ago.
Yes, you did.
So do you? And I'll get you guys' opinions. Like, do you think some of the things like that went on in Portland or Seattle and the damage and the rowdiness and all that stuff, do you think that could get pulled off in your small towns that you live in? Do you think your small towns would get together and say, you're not doing that here?
I live outside of Eugene, because in Eugene, absolutely that they would allow it to happen. They'd allow the buildings to burn. We had it happen. And nobody got in trouble. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of businesses damaged, and they just turned a blind eye, and it was nothing. So Eugene, unfortunately, yeah. Out here where I'm at, you gotta come try me.
Right?
Try.
I totally agree with that song. It was the truth. That's all it was. It's the truth of what is going on in this world today.
The thing of it is to be honest, where I'm at right here in my house, I'm a world away from Eugene. I love Eugene. I work there. We go to restaurants and shop and all that kind of stuff. But I tell you what, their politics for the most part are not mine, and I am a world away from them right here where I'm at, and I'm about 4 miles out.
That's about how we are too here. You go into town, which is 15, 20 minutes away, and it's a whole different atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think my ranch would stick up for themselves.
It would go down just as exactly how you think it would in a North Carolina small town if somebody would do something like that. Just exactly how you think it would go down. But like you guys said, in the big cities, it'd be different. Winston-Salem's not that far. Charlotte's an hour south. It'd probably be all right there. I like that. I like the idea of the song. I like what he's saying in the song. But like, as a guitar player, like, the song is garbage, man. It really is. I don't like. I know it's very unpopular opinion. You know what I mean? But it's not a good song. It really isn't. It's garbage.
Are you saying the lyrics are not good too?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
not the lyrics.
Yeah, and I'm not saying about the idea that the way the song.
I just want you to clarify that.
Yeah. It's just the music is it's horrible. I could only listen to it once. I was like, yeah, it's a good song.
See, I haven't even listened to the whole thing. I just listened to part of it, and
the meaning of the song is what's. I'm being kind of picky. The meaning of the song is what's really important with a song like that. But like, I can't help myself. I'm like,
yeah.
Albert King would play the song. You know what I mean?
Rev bought the premiere tickets to go see Barbie.
No, you did not.
Oh,
I don't buy tickets for anything really. To the Speedway on Friday night. That's about it.
Well, my granddaughter that's married went and seen it, and she said it was crap.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
It's like, yeah, I guess I heard a report. There's actually a whole bunch of movies coming out on a lot of old toys that we used to play with,
Yeah.
like
They
Rock'em
changed it.
Rock'em
They changed
Sock'em
it.
robots and some of the other things that we cherished when we were younger. And they're going to turn them into movies, and they're going to turn out. They're going to
Yeah, they're going to ruin them all.
They changed
they're
their
going to ruin them all.
clothing, everything.
Like they can't think of original ideas.
I'd rather watch RangerRob Pig Gynecologist than
Dr. Ranger.
Doctor.
yeah.
Dr. RangerRob.
You get that right,
He now
Rev.
knows. He now knows
I
that
didn't
he's
go to
actually
pig school for
scanning
4
your
years for
uterus.
me to call you sir.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I know. I keep getting myself in these surgery situations. If it isn't working with meat birds, it's catching pee on pigs and doing ultrasounds. It's like, what has happened to me? I used to do high tech stuff and aerospace companies and all that.
You're right
Now-
on the cutting edge, man. You really are. Hey, Pearson, what's that old musical instrument that they play when they like hold their hands in the air and it like makes a wavy noise? They use it in like horror movies and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a box with like an antenna on it. And you hold your hand up. That's what the ultrasound sounded like. If he moves it around the pig, will it make?
That's right. I
can
just
we get
put
a
some
melody
wires in
going?
the air. You gotta see
Oh,
me look
man.
for water.
I forget what that weird thing is. It's not a real instrument. It's kind of strange. Anyway, sorry.
I know what you're talking about.
So-
I can't
so
think
this-
of the name
this-
of it either.
I'm thinking about changing
Yeah.
the show to this. Let's harass Ranger Rob.
Doctor.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, Dr. RangerRob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you stick with what you know, Rob. You know what I mean?
Of course, I'm
We're
being
pretty
terrorized right
good
now.
at it.
What you guys don't realize right now is I have a golden retriever puppy in the other room tearing the side out of a box. And it's like, I can't do anything about it. It's like, oh, I'm going to have cardboard everywhere. But she's going through a new phase in life, I think. But yeah, she's tearing. We have a couple of boxes still stacked up in their master bedroom from Sherry's folks and stuff like that, and we just haven't taken them to the Goodwill yet. And apparently,
Yes,
they're
you need
getting
a new
qualified for the garbage dump and not the Goodwill area, whatever she's tearing up. But yeah, fun stuff.
How
So,
old is that puppy now?
5 months now, going by on 6. But
Don't
anyway,
take her to the Goodwill. She's too old, man. Don't take her to the Goodwill.
yeah, as much as I spent on vaccines and stuff, maybe I will. I can hear these like tearing of a box in the background. It's like I'm gonna have a mess back there. I know it.
That's recycling.
Abby, stop, please stop.
Yeah, she's gonna listen. Honey, please stop.
I'm being nice because I'm on the air, but I can hear sides of that box ripping out. So, in fact,
I'll go out there and there's nothing there.
the German Shepherd's walking in here going, "I have nothing to do with it."
You know, the only thing the dog just heard on that?
Blah 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 blah
Blah
blah
blah blah. Yeah. So, John, I was going to ask you about your apples. Your apples shouldn't be. I thought apples don't mature till like fall.
I have some that mature in fall. I have some Ravensteins mature early. They're an August apple. I have another one that's kind of like a ghost apple. It's a white translucent, kind of a mealy, not crisp, but good sweet that, I mean, you can take it in your hand and squish it, and they're great for applesauce. Those are dropping right now. My Gravensteins have started to drop. No, I got apples that go from this time right here all the way to almost Christmas. So
Wow.
Wow.
Now you're keeping up with the lawn mowing, right?
yeah, Mindy mows it down real well. She keeps up on it, and plus the sense, for the fact that we've had no rain and it's dead. The only thing she has to do is top out, take down the dandelions every now and then.
So it sounds like that's how you get your lawn mowed is this handing the tools over to Mindy, right? And that's how I move pigs. I just hand the pig board over to John. And
Yeah.
same concept. It works great.
That's what I do.
Mindy has put hours and hours and hours and hours on that thing. I think, we got an hour counter on our little ride-on lawnmower. I think it's got 160, 220 according to Mindy, and I put 20 of them on.
Mindy is on it with the numbers.
Oh,
Good job, Mindy. Girl power.
And
She's over there.
Don't cut it too low because I don't want the grass to dry out too much. She goes, will you shut your goddamn mouth? My deal. And it's true.
That's my girl.
She says, hey, tell me how to mow my lawn, how to mow the lawn, and I'll drop it even more. So I just keep my mouth shut and let her do her thing.
Mindy, we would be really, really, really good friends.
I like the fact check, and she was on there like a split second.
Tell Mindy I'll loan her my pig board.
Yeah.
And John with it.
Oh man. So guys, we're getting to the end of the hour.
Again.
Time flies. It's been I think a lot of us have had a lot of stuff going on in the last month. So we are going to attempt to get back on our weekly schedule on Thursdays.
Nice.
We have a new show that we're doing a podcast, and probably some of you folks will be on it. Reb doesn't qualify, but it's RangerRob's Senior Life. And actually, a couple of the shows I've been really happy with.
I don't think John qualifies either.
There you go. I'm agreeing with you.
He's 1 year off to be qualified.
Hey. I'm 10 years off to be qualified for that, as far as I'm concerned.
Have you got your?
We'll start our own podcast with Mindy fact checking. We can't lose.
That's all right.
Podcast it'll be called "Get Some Boys." But no,
I'll step aside on that one.
Your podcast that you had, those are really interesting, and that guy you had on last time.
Oh, George Guzman, yeah, he's awesome.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. The new one's coming out this Friday. The guy's name's David Helm, and I think he's been on our show once. From RV Prepper is his channel, his podcast. Anyway, we had a pretty good conversation about. He's about 5 years older than me, so he had some interesting facts. But actually, John Pearson, you'd have some good stuff because you're getting into thinking about that realm. And then we'll obviously have John and Debbie because they're really old.
Oh my God.
Ouch.
We are older than him.
Probably like one or 2
with
years.
the flow on that one.
I think it's like 1 year. But anyway, guys, we got to wrap it up here.
More like a couple months, isn't it?
It's not much. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming on the board today with the we got everybody today, so it was really nice. So I know you guys have been all busy. We've got all kinds of projects going on, but we're trying to get this back on to the weekly things. We got a lot of things coming up. We got piglets coming, meat birds,
Camping.
and RVing too, and all kinds of stuff. So got a trip up to Washington, and I'll come back when I'm sure I'm going to hate going up there because it's just people.
We're
So,
going to
anyway.
Orange City. Hi, baby.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for being on the panel. Thank you for watching the show, guys. Please leave comments. If you catch the show after, even if it's not live, we'd still love to see your comments. So we'll be on here next Thursday at 6:00. And I'm sure we'll have lots of stories. And now that I know that I'm actually ultrasounding the uterus, I feel so much better. Anyway, guys, have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
This video is made possible by RangerRob Poopy Bags, available in Amazon right now. Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.